Remember when you were a teenager?
And you didn't want to talk about important things?
It kind of feels like that again.
You can come to me.
We can talk about anything.
Just don't make me feel too old.
I'm still your dad, you know.
I can still take care of myself.
I just need a little help once in a while.
Get cracking, kiddo. Get the conversation going.
There is no time like now.
The issues of aging often create all sorts of sensitive situations for families. Driving, money, health, and romance can leave even the closest boomer children and their parents tongue-tied. What's the right thing to say and the wrong thing to assume? Talking with a parent when you're angry is never a good course of action. Even worse is making your loved one feel like a child. Check out these situations to learn more.
Dad, I just came back from the garage and there's a huge dent on the side of the car. What the heck happened?
I don't know. I just ran to the store for a few things. I don't know how that dent got there.
Well, it's obvious that you put the dent there because you are the only one that drives the car. Look, Dad, this isn't the first time I've noticed scratches on your car. It's obvious you can't be trusted. I think it's time to take the car keys away from you.
But how will I get around? I'll be stuck in this house.
That's just something you'll have to deal with, Dad.
Put yourself in your parents' shoes. How would you want to be addressed? How would you like to be treated? Here's a better way to handle the same situation.
Hi, Dad. How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good. How about yours?
Good, Dad. Say, Pop, I noticed a dent in the car. What happened?
Really? A dent? Well, when I was backing out of the grocery store parking lot, I did hear a noise, but I didn't think anything about it. A dent, huh?
You know, Dad, sometimes driving gets a little harder when people get older. You think there's any chance that's happening with you? You wouldn't want to put anyone else at risk, would you? Why don't we go for a ride and check things out? How'd that be? And we can talk about it more after our drive.
Yeah, we can do that.
As you can see, approaching sensitive subjects in a calm and rational way gets much better results. Remember how the son first greeted his dad in a regular way by asking, "How's your day going?" rather than leaping straight into a difficult conversation. Then recall how he mentioned a dent rather than a huge dent. Keeping the language neutral and non-judgmental is a better way to get a constructive response. Finally, in situations like these, why not observe your parents in action before you recommend any action? Let's look at another case that might cause concern for a family. What would you do if you suddenly found your mom's usually immaculate house in a big mess?
Hi, Mom. What are you up to?
Oh, it's a blanket for Allison's new baby. Do you like it?
Don't you think you should be cleaning your house instead? Things are a mess. What's the deal, Mom?
Things don't look so bad, but since Dad died, I just can't get myself motivated.
Mom, I think you need to get to this now. You've never liked messes before. I just don't get it. Maybe it's time to think about moving you to a smaller place. Maybe even a nursing home.
What do you mean?
Seeing your parents' house in disarray can be shocking, but it's not necessarily a sign that Mom should move out. If your mother has suffered a loss, like the death of a spouse, she could be lonely and depressed. Here's another way to handle the same situation.
Hi, Mom. Wow, what beautiful yarn colors. What are you making?
Oh, a blanket for Allison's new baby. Do you like it?
It's gorgeous, Mom. She'll love it. Say, Mom, since you're busy with this project, maybe you could use some help around the house.
What do you mean?
I was just thinking that it would be nice after all these years for you to have someone to come in and pick up and vacuum, maybe even keep you company.
But having someone to come in the house would cost a whole lot of money.
Mom, you've worked hard all your life. You don't need to apologize. I've heard that Home Instead Senior Care hires reliable people to help around the house. Why don't I check into that for you? They can come in for just a few hours a week. I think we can fit that into your budget.
Sure, let me know what you find out.
Okay, I'll look into it. You know it'll give you more time to spend with friends and with us. In the meantime, why don't I get out the vacuum and give you a hand?
I would like that.
This scenario brings up an important point. Take a look at the whole situation before jumping to conclusions. If Dad dies, and soon afterwards mom's house is in disarray, it's not like she's suddenly too busy or doesn't care. It probably comes from the loss of a lifelong relationship. It's also important to come into a situation like this armed with information about resources like Home Instead Senior Care, as well as counter-arguments for complaints like, "That's too expensive," or "I don't need the extra help." Our last situation deals with another touchy subject, money. What if you suspect that your parents' money is running short? Should you ask them straight out or try a more subtle approach?
Mom, did you run out of insulin?
No, I think there's still some in the kitchen.
I did not see a single bottle of insulin in there. How can you run out?
Oh, it's fine. I can go to the pharmacy later.
It's not just what you're saying to a parent, it's your tone of voice that can send the wrong message as well. Let's look at this adult child. Send a more appropriate message with her words and tone of voice.
Mom, how are you feeling lately? Are you taking care of your diabetes? Are you taking your insulin?
Well, sometimes I lose my appetite and I skip dinner. And once in a while, I just lose track of taking my insulin.
It looks like you're a little low on insulin. Why don't we go to the pharmacy? And we can also pick up some groceries, and I can make you some dinners, and you can put them in the freezer.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'll start making a list.
I know it's difficult managing your diabetes, but if you need any help, just ask me, Mom.
Oh, thank you, dear, but I don't want to bother you.
Asking me is not bothering me, Mom.
Notice the daughter's effort to understand her mother's condition, communicated in a non-threatening way. If you put your parents on the defensive, it will only make matters worse. Thanks for joining us. Check out the 4070talk.com website for more tips on talking with seniors, as well as ways you can address other sensitive family situations.